Today, Jagex released a blog post with all the necessary information to guide you through your first sailing experience. I want to go through that blog post, explain everything about it, and showcase a couple of simple steps to get you started. So, if you missed out on all the updates in the past couple of years, strap yourself in and let's get through this together in this video. Let's start from the beginning. Sailing will be released on the 19th of November, 10 AM UK time. I will also put up times for every other region, but keep in mind that the system update happens 2 hours before this. So you can already log in way before sailing gets released, and once you get a notification that sailing is live, you can immediately start with the Pandemonium quest. To start the Pandemonium quest, you need to speak with Will and Anne on the docks of Port Sarim. The tutorial is roughly about 10 to 15 minutes, and make sure you go through all the dialogue before you complete the quest. Jagex specifically designed this quest to feel like an easy way of learning the mechanics of a boat navigation without it feeling too overwhelming. Mostly just telling you how to navigate your first boat, that's it. Once you're done with the Pandemonium quest, you are rewarded with small chunk of sailing experience, a raft, and access to the skill itself. During the quest, you will also be introduced to the Pandemonium Island, which is sort of like a hub for sailing. It'll have all the sailing amenities available, and also it has a huge range of NPCs who will help you out with the skill. You can later return to Pandemonium by sailing there yourself or using one of the NPC's sailing options from Port Sarim. Right after, you can also go speak to Shipwright at Port Sarim to visit your own shipyard, where you can customize and upgrade your own ships. There will also be a new icon on the world map, and you can find a shipwright at almost every major port in the game. On top of upgrading your ships, you can also buy your small boat here at level 10 sailing. The ship upgrades themselves require tons of planks, swamp tars, nails, bars, flax, ropes, and more. Just like your construction skills, make sure you bring your saw and hammer along with all the required materials for your upgrades. The shipyard itself won't have a bank, but once your sailing level increases, you can unlock ports that offer more convenient access to shipyards. To upgrade your ship, click on the boat schematics board to modify or upgrade parts of your boat, such as the hull, keel, sails, etc., and make them stronger. This will help you to withstand dangers at the sea, such as enemies or stormy conditions. And if you want to fully discover what sailing has to offer, these are the skill and quest requirements you need at launch. Most notably things like 92 construction, 94 smithing, and 93 cooking. Some of the upgrades also require you to have crafting and farming. For example, you need 71 farming to plant cotton, and you need 73 crafting to make cotton sails as an upgrade. I'm personally excited about the new level 92 tree called Rosewood. If you're one of those chill players that likes to go to redwood, getting to a point where you can cut rosewood trees will likely make you tons of money on the first weeks. It is one of the highest upgrades you can have on your boat. There will also be ironwood and rosewood seeds that you can plant at hardwood patches with farming, and that'll likely give you a lot of farming experience as well. But don't worry, most of the high level requirements also means you need high level in sailing, so you don't immediately have to worry about those levels. It's just good to keep in mind. Oh, by the way, I'm doing my very first stream on the 19th of November, where I'll be getting the Maxscape 2 minutes before sailing gets released, and then lose it again right after. Currently, I'm about 600,000 Slayer experience away from maxing on my main account, and hopefully I'll get there before the release. So 19th of November, on the day of sailing release, I'll be streaming on all 3 platforms: Twitch, Kick, YouTube, whatever platform you prefer the most. Come say hi and come see me enjoy the Maxscape for 2 minutes until I lose it again. Okay, let's continue with sailing prep. But now, let's talk about how you train the skill itself. Number 1, when you start sailing at the sea, you will discover new places on the map. This gives you sailing experience. You can see what places you've already discovered through your captain's log. Make sure you keep this around during your first few days of sailing, because on top of tracking your sea charting, it tells you exactly what kind of port tasks you are currently doing, so you don't lose track of them. Second thing is port tasks. You can pick your first tasks at Port Sarim, and there are a variety of tasks between doing combat, shipping goods, and much more. The higher level you get, the more tasks you can obtain at once. Third thing is shipwreck salvaging. This is more AFK training method where you can just plant your ship at a certain destination on the sea after you build your own salvaging hook at the shipyard, and it gives you passive experience while also getting some loot. The better your salvaging hook is, the better your sailing level is, the more experience you also get. Think of it like catching karamwans with fishing, super AFK and chill methods. And the final method is Barracuda trials. This is the opposite of shipwreck salvaging. It's a high-paced activity activity that requires you to complete a course at the sea as fast as possible, while also dodging obstacles. There's going to be at least 3 courses on release, and they all vary in difficulty. Completing the course for the first time will also grant you bonus experience. This is also around the same time where you unlock your first crewmate. These NPCs can be used to do all the hard work for you, whether you need someone to steer the ship, use the salvaging hook, or do other tasks on the boat that you don't want to do. They're not essential to training sailing. However, at this stage, you might want to consider getting a crewmate so that you can manage your facilities much more effectively. My personal favorite use for a crewmate is them picking up the board task loot behind you and following you around so you don't have to do multiple trips at once. Some crewmates may have additional requirements to recruit them, such as those who are linked to quests, but once you have the correct sailing levels, simply speak to them to see if you can get them on board. And once you get to 45 sailing, you can start the Trouble Tortugan quest that introduces you to the first major island launching with sailing, the Great Conch. On the Great Conch, you'll have access to plenty of new resources and new training methods for existing skills. Something I am looking forward to is the griffins on the island that have been attacking the natives for a long time. These griffins have a very unique attacking style. If you weigh too little, the griffin can stun you for a few seconds. So if you're planning to get them as a slayer task, make sure you bring a lot of weight with you. By level 55 sailing, you probably have mastered the fundamentals of the skill, and that's when you can start sailing out into further distances. This also means more upgrades to your ship, more unlocks through sea charting, and more challenges waiting ahead of you. Here are some things to keep in mind when you're traveling outwards. Cannonballs are your main way to deal damage on the sea. Firstly, you can obtain cannonballs as a reward from shipwreck salvaging and completing board tasks. There's also going to be a new furnace that allows you to make cannonballs twice as fast, and the double mold from Giant's Foundry works here as well. Secondly, if you're using a hardcore Ironman account, there are going to be areas on the sea that are multi-combat. You can prepare for this by making repair kits before you sail out. This essentially works like food for your boat. Using the workbench at your player-owned house, you can make your own repair kits by using a mixture of blanks, nails, and adhesives. The better workbench you have, the more your repair kit will also heal. If you run out of repair kits and your boat capsizes, it will not count as death for your character. However, you will be put back to your last visited port at 1 hit points. If you do somehow reach 0 hit points at a boat on the sea, it will be a regular death just like anywhere else on the main world. I am personally trying my best to access the new Slayer monsters as fast as possible, like Aquanites, Frost Dragons, and Lava Strike Worms. For example, the Aquanites have a chance to drop the Aquanite Tendon, which can be turned into a hopper, and that gives you a small chance to make your crossbow hit twice, with the second hit having reduced damage. The Frost Dragons are going to be one of the better monsters coming with this update, and they drop metal sheets, which is used to give your boat the highest level of upgrades, and the Frost Dragon Bones that will be one of the better prayer training methods in the game. When it comes to fishing, you'll also have a new activity called Deep Sea Trolling that allows you to catch endgame fish like marlins, halibut, and bluefin tunas. For example, the halibut will be a higher level replacement for Karamwans that heal for 20 hit points, and you don't lose any ticks when eating the food, similar to Karamwans. The bluefin tuna also restores prayer points on top of healing you for 22 hit points, and the marlin, which is a level 91 fishing requirement, heals you for 24 hit points. Over the next few weeks, I will go over every aspect of sailing there is to offer, so if you're interested in the skill, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. But I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a few days with another one. Bye!